Hey everyone, and welcome back to Market Psychology 101, where we practice conditioning our minds to find value where there's fear and to be cautious where there's greed. If you find anything I say today to be helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. Today we're going to take a look at the altcoin season index, total 3, Bitcoin dominance, and right now I'm on blockchaincenter.net, so shout out to them. But this is one indicator you can see of when is alt season. In this chart, it only goes back to 2018 at the beginning. Right now, I'm taking a look at the yearly chart, and I've been in crypto since 2017. What I can tell you is Bitcoin had topped out December 2017. Altcoins topped out early January of 2018 before we had a major sell off. I can show you that back here. Bitcoin topped out. You can see at the bottom of your screen. This will make it easier. Follow that line to the very bottom, December 2017, and then we sold off. And we had a bottom here, December 2018, then of course our COVID crash, March of 2020. So once we truly cross down here, you can take a look about April 2019 to June of 2020 until we truly broke back up. So a year and 2 months, 14 months total, is how much time we spent down here in Bitcoin season. And with the altcoin seasons, what I can tell you from many of the altcoins I know of, I'm sure this isn't true of every altcoin, but for many that I saw, the altcoins truly ran later in this mega bull run. And when we had the next mega bull run, the alts ran at the earlier part. Not here, but many of the altcoins, this is when they ran, this part. Once we were getting here, a lot of things were already selling off. Again, that's not true for every altcoin, but it is true for many. And so I've been looking at this and asking myself, and I don't have the answer, guys, but this is just one of many indicators to look at. And if you are looking at investing into crypto, make your own plan. Make your own plan. Set certain thresholds for yourself. If there's certain prices you're looking for to dollar cost average in, make your own plan. Part of my plan is this is just one of many indicators. How long are we going to spend down here? You can say we crossed down in June of 23. So I'm looking at this right here, and I'm wondering, are we going to go from June of 23 to June of 24, maybe about a year before we shoot on up? It's just an idea I have. Now, if we go to the total 3, this is crypto market cap without Bitcoin and Ethereum. You take a look here, top January of 18, so this is the alt market. You can see the alt market, October 2017. Look at this. I talked about the altcoin market running later, that bull run. Bitcoin top December 2017. Look, October 2017, 33 billion overall. A 10x, 335 billion in just 3 months. What a time to be alive. Here from March 2020 to, you could say, about a year and 1 or 2 months, 412 billion, so another 10x, about 38, 39, let's just say 40 to, it's showing 400 over here for this, my bad. So that was like a 20x at least, 960 billion from that's even more. I'm sorry about my math, guys. Let me try to do this real quick. So 907 billion, as we see on the right, divided by 38 billion. Yeah, about a 24x in total market cap from here to here. And it was about 14 months there. Okay. So there's the total 3. And as you can see, we've just been chopping around in total 3, making higher lows. Excuse me. I am wondering if we're going to hit this line again. On the weekly, we just had a sell-off. Are we going to come back down here? As you can see, we topped in the RSI. Is the RSI going to break through here, or is it going to bounce, go higher? I've wondered myself, is Bitcoin going to hit around this 46K level? We will see what happens. Again, we don't try to time the market. We try to increase our time in the market and adjust our plan according to what the market does. I cannot tell you what it's going to do because I don't know. But I am looking, part of my plan is to look at what does the market do? Is it going to, because we're overbought, is it just going to roll over here? Test the 25,000, 20,000 levels? And the volume indicators, funny enough, it shows those levels as major resistance. If we go to volume-based support resistance zones, look at that. And by the way, these lines I drew, let's zoom out here. I was just playing with this idea, and it turned out to line up with some things. Again, you've all seen the Bitcoin rainbow chart, law of diminishing returns. We know about that. But if we draw a bottom or a line from the bottom, the 2015 lows or base, it touches the bottom of the March 2020 low and then is starting to hit the tops here of our recent accumulation phase. But let's move ahead a bull market. We draw a line from the bottom here. It touches the bottom of the next phase. And will this line carry out to go above the bottom of the next bull run that sells off? We will see. And so just playfully, I thought, I'll draw a line from the bottom of this one. And I have to measure this out to make sure it's exact, get the right angle as here. But is it going to take us to the bottom of the next post-bull market run? We will see. But anyways, that's what that means. On the volume, anyways, let's get back to that. On the volume, funny enough, the lines go through those volumes. Are we going to see sell-offs here? I don't know, but we'll see. If we take a look at Bitcoin dominance, this is something interesting to me. So let's go back to this alt season chart. We talked about we spent a year, 12, 14 months here. And I was thinking, what if we spend a year down here? June of 23, June of 24. I want you to take a look at this. This is, let's take this volume off though. I like the 1020 MA crossover indicator. As you can see, we're making higher lows with Bitcoin dominance. And we're not just going up on a straight, even line. We're kind of curling over, kind of rounding here. If we were to round out, look at where this is. June, July of 24. Let's move that a little bit. Might this be the time where we top out in Bitcoin dominance, where we retrace and bleed back into alts and have our next bull run? Who knows? We will see. And I know this is me trying to find indicators to possibly time the market. And usually, I could say this from experience, usually that doesn't work. Crypto seems to be one of those unique types of investments where there's a lot of historical patterns. And so people have become obsessed with patterns in crypto and why it does certain things for so long, the 4-year cycle, all that. Law of diminishing returns. People have mapped it out. But it doesn't do anything of exactly what we want. Because again, guys, the charts, they react to real market conditions. And the market conditions change every bull and bear cycle. Every recession is different. Every bull run is different. So none of us, AI included, can pick out exactly where this is going to go. I'm sure you might find a few YouTubers are going to be like, hey, I called the top. And maybe this is going to work and call where it is. And if so, that's just going to be purely luck. But I am looking at Bitcoin dominance, following this line here. When it tops out, Some people are looking for 60%, but as time goes on, you see that goes down. And if we are truly rounding here, kind of like a rainbow shape, maybe we don't hit 60. Maybe we hit 57. Who knows? We will see. But again, that would line up to spending a year down here in the alt season index where we're in a Bitcoin year. Maybe we go June 23 to June 24 and then blast up. But anyways, that's just one indicator or one of a few indicators I'm looking at, just keeping an eye on of when to get heavy into alts overall. Now, if you look at specific alts, we're just going to play with Chainlink here. If you look at specific alts, they're all going to show a different story, but might this be one you consider buying? I like to take a long-term perspective on when to buy. Here is a good accumulation phase, so if you bought in here, that would have been better. Are we going to get a red square signaling a sell-off on the weekly? Nothing yet on the weekly to show that or to confirm. I'm sure on the daily, on the daily, but again, I'm not a trader, so I don't look at that as much. But for me personally, when I take a look at one altcoin that I like a lot, Chainlink, I am wondering if it's overbought. On the RSI, it's showing that. But as I've talked about, looking for double taps on the overbought or oversold. If we come down, come up, double tap, I would not doubt if we saw Link even go as high as something like 20 cents or so. And so here would have been a good time to buy into alts. Right now, I'm just being patient. It's Q4 and Q4 most years, especially in the Christmas, stocks, crypto tend to run hot. So I'm just being patient, holding on to cash, waiting to buy in later on, paying off bills so I can invest when it's a smarter time, when the signals show me it is a better time to buy in. A lot of people, I had some people saying, buy now as things were pumping up. Guys, it's typically not a good idea to buy when everything's pumping and things are being hyped up. You've heard of the term FOMO, fear of missing out. That can be a very dangerous time to buy in. You want to buy in when things are low. Again, to look for value when there is fear. There's a lot of fear during this time. Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX, the sell-off. There's a lot of fear during this time. Recently, we had the Binance. Issue where they have to pay the government $4 billion. And Binance is the largest crypto exchange. We're looking at Binance market cap. Let's look at the actual Binance price. So that happened around here. Is Binance going to fall off a cliff? Who knows? But if it does, that's going to lead to a lot of fear in the markets. And when there's a lot of fear, I'm going to be looking very closely at opportunities to buy. That's one part of my plan for when to invest long term. But again, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I am not a trader. None of what I say is financial advice. Everything is just based on my opinion. And I use my knowledge and experience in the field of psychology, which I do have a master's, humble brag, to look for value where there is fear and to be cautious when there is greed. There's a lot of greed in the crypto markets right now. There's a lot of greed. And so I am being cautious, keeping my money on the side. You do you. If there's something that you use, that you like, that you find value in, and you want to invest, by all means, none of what I say is financial advice. I am a medium to long-term investor focused on macroeconomic conditions. So my goal for this channel is to possibly provide some insight, perspective for people who are new to crypto or who are trying to be safe with crypto put in a small part of their investment portfolio. So we'll see what happens. We set our mark for June of 24. We'll see what happens, as well as for the total 3. Are we going to get a bounce? We'll see. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I hope you all have a great weekend.